never be well with them. Because this is
Heart of evil.
I'm serious. I'm serious. What the fuck?
This is 12 years old Sylvester Oromoni, a student of Dowen College, Lekki, Lagos, who was taken home from school by his family due to the fact that he wasn't feeling fine, only for his situation to get worse as he receives treatment in another hospital outside of school. Now, according to the school Dowen College, they claimed the boy was in class when all of a sudden he was brought to the sick bay by his friends as he complained of having pains in his hips. It was said that he sustained an injury after playing football, and that was it. However, when the boy was dealing with his pains in the hospital at home with his family, he opened up to them, telling them that he did not sustain the injury from football and that he was bullied, beaten by a group of boys in his school who wanted to initiate him into joining a cult. This was said by his uncle that right before he died. Yes, sadly he died eventually. It was said that before he died, he told the uncle of the people who were bullying him or who tried to initiate him into joining a cult, that it was his refusal to join the cult that prompted them to beat him and also give him a substance to drink. In the light of these allegations making round in social media, the school responded, denying such a thing ever happened in their school. They maintained the narrative that the boy had gone to play football and had injured from the football he went to play, and he was brought to the sick bay by his friends. And in their statement, listen to this part. They said when the nurses or doctors in their sick bay examined him and treated him with some drugs and massages, the boy felt a bit better. This was what was said in the school's statement. And this is what you should expect from institutions. They will not take responsibility, and they will always want to make it look like the child was in good condition before he or she left the school. They did the same thing to Karen Hapok. Remember the Karen Hapok story? Karen Hapok was the girl from Premier Academy in Abuja who died 2 days after being taken away from school by her mother, only for the mother and the doctors in the hospital outside of school to discover that a condom was left inside this girl for weeks, which meant that she had been abused in school. And when the story came out, what was the school's response? The same thing. Karen Hapok was in good condition before she left the school. Exactly what Dowen College is trying to say about Sylvester. He felt a bit better. If he felt a bit better, if he was in good condition before he left the school, why were you calling his mother to come and pick him up? We saw it in Letitia's case. We saw it in the case against Bowen University. We also saw it in the Don Davis case. But the unique thing with the Don Davis case, which I think many families can learn from, is the fact that this woman was ahead of the school. And I think that is what many parents should do. Keep tabs on your children. If you have kids in boarding school, if you have kids who are even in the day school, in private schools, on private universities, even government schools, keep tabs on them. This Don Davis case is so unique because the mother of this child was the first person the child reported to, and it was not as if the child was going to report. Remember, the mother forced it out of the child. When she noticed the son couldn't sit properly, she just went straight to the questions that some parents would be uncomfortable to ask. This woman went there, and the moment she realized that her son has been sexually molested, she took him out of that school and then exposed the school. If Don Davis had gone to report to the school authority that he was being sexually molested and that is affecting his health, the school would have tried to silence him. And I think that was what they did with Sylvester. I don't know what they gave him that began affecting his mouth and his speech, but it was clear that someone was trying to keep him quiet. Someone was trying to shut him up. Who knows, they might have injected him before he left the school for something to, deteriorate his speech, to make him not be able to talk. Because I don't know how someone can complain about leg pain after playing football and it affects their speech. I don't know how that connects. I believe they were trying to silence him. You don't know how far an institution can go to cover up their tracks. The school Don Davis was sexually abused in was a deeper life school, headed under the grounds of religion. The the school where you take your child to and you feel relaxed because you think God is in control. It is that same school that went to the hospital where Don Davis was admitted, secretly sneaked into the boy's room to inject him. But luckily for the boy, the mother was ahead of the school. The mother was always one step ahead of the school. These institutions will not take responsibilities. They don't want to. I just pray that the family of Sylvester are able to get justice for their son. Because if that school has cultism in it, the school needs to be shut down. Parents who have kids in that school need to withdraw their kids from that school because they need to investigate the school. The school needs to be investigated. Even a blind person can see that they are trying to cover up something. But check out, we are seeing it now in a big private school where they pay 1 million naira. We are also seeing how the school is reacting to it. Your 1 million naira don't mean shit to them. When it comes down to these kinds of cases, they will fight you.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Okongwo. It has been brought to my notice about the gruesome and dastardly, very painful death of Sylvester Oromoni. This is completely embarrassing, provoking, and traumatizing. I cannot believe that such wickedness can be meted out to such a young, bright future. Sylvester is somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's nephew, and of course would have been a very sweet husband, somebody's daughter in future. Such a bright destiny being cut off at age 12 is very, very sad. You don't wish this to your worst enemy. I condemn this with everything that is within me. I feel embarrassed. I feel traumatized. I feel annoyed. As a lawyer, I'm going to restrain myself from going extreme until final investigation is completed. But I want to say that the school that allowed this kind of thing is not worthy to be mentioned. The school is not worthy to be mentioned. And if they allowed cultism to breed in a private school, that school and all its administrators should be brought to justice for terrorism, for banditry, and should be shot forever. The government should come in immediately and place everybody that is involved in this on flight risk. They must not be allowed to escape justice. They must be brought to justice in the harshest form. Justice for Sylvester is mandatory. I'm sorry,
Dear Governor of Lagos State, our own dear Babajide Sanwo-Olu, after the NSAS protest and report, you have another challenge on your hands. The case of the 12-year-old Sylvester, your son, cannot be swept under the carpet. It is not enough to shut down the school. Do not, Your Excellency, do not allow people to take laws into their hands. It's something that should be brought to book immediately. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Charlie! Anybody will see bad thing and he no talk saying about bad thing will they follow you. As they do me, they make me like say make I chop somebody, man, chop somebody raw. When I know what it mean for parents to train pikin till 12 years. You see this investigation whether the government they do a move, or private they do a move, or group of people they do a move, or in any form where they do this investigation. And they finish this investigation, they don't go investigate about the parents of those boys that were killed Sylvester. That investigation no they complete. Because our children they learn too much. Our children they copy too much. Nobody know where these boys will go kill Sylvester, where they copy their own come from. Whether not from their parents or their papa, or their mama, or their friends. So investigation when they reach to investigate the parents of these boys the way killed Sylvester, that investigation never starts. It's either they learn from their father or they learn from their mother. Then you see the authorities of Darwin School, Darwin College, they know what happened. If the investigation no reach the owner or the authority itself, then the investigation no they complete. Because make I just tell you the truth. This is where you see what happened to Sylvester. No be only today where the thing don't start. It don't start for God know in his own way. He just use Sylvester to open the eyes of parents and open the eyes of the public about what they happen for Darwin College. If not, tell me why a boy after the attack, authorities they lie, say the boy get injury for football when play. Make una check out now whether this is not true or not. There must be something going on. This is don't they happen for a long time. They just they cover them. Then Sylvester, by the grace of God, uses Sylvester to blow it up. I don't tell you now. Any investigation where they do when they reach the parents, you need to find out who these parents are. For even themselves, they even get the heart to come for night to collect their children come up from the school, and even planning to take them outside this country. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. 12 years is not be my case. You know what he mean? For this kind of hard time where nothing there at all. Picking go parents train picking till 12 years till get to where you did, then suddenly somebody just come cut and shot. Oh my God. God, did they sleep? I know say you know they ever sleep. I know say you know they ever snore. I know say you know they overlook some certain things. Now you get the defense, oh. Now you get the punishment, oh. Make you take your hand, they pay these people the way behind the death of this small boy, whether they call Sylvester. Make you take your own hand, pay them, Chineke. Pay them,
It was adults before, now it's children that are at stake. Parents, I don't know how you are bringing up your children. Some of you know the parents of these boys who committed this atrocity, who killed this young boy. Some of you know them. Some of you wine and dine with them. The rumor now is that, oh, one is out of the country. Somehow they've escaped. The school knows the parents. And the parents of other children in that school, what are people doing? There must be justice for every child who has died.
Justice for Sylvester! Darwin College, we are coming. I'm coming with my bra. I am coming with my bra. We must justice for Sylvester. What did happen? Someone who answers. You don't do anything. Justice for Sylvester. Oh, help me! Help me!
How did they do this? Did they mash you? They mash you with what? With their leg? You were wearing their slides. Is this type of slippers your mommy is wearing? How many times did they use it?
I don't know.